Welcome to video guide number 2 for the Ohio Champions League website. In this video, we're going to cover how to add a game to your schedule. So obviously, you'll first and foremost need to be signed into your account on ohiochampionsleague.com. So let's just go ahead and do that. Got my credentials. All right, and you'll have this admin bar at the top, okay? And you'll just need to click this orange admin text, and that will bring down this bar. And just hover over scheduling, and then you can click add game/practice. Now from here, it's going to be some things that you change and some that you just always leave as is. And we'll get to them as we go. So starting off, obviously, we need to make sure that the date's correct for the game. Our game will be on March 24th, and the time will be at, let's say, 6 p.m. And by default, it'll be 60-minute increments for the game times. And this video, we're not going to go over the subtleties of different facilities and all that. I'm just going to cover strictly how to enter a game into the system. So let's say that this game is to be played at Dari Fields on Field 11. There are dummy locations for most, if not all, of the facilities. So please refrain from using this add location button, because very high chance that what you're looking for is there in some capacity. You just might be missing it. We don't need to bloat the list any more than it already is, right? So if you don't know the field name, there are, like I mentioned, like Dublin has Dublin Dari Fields here. So we know it's going to be at Dari Fields. We don't know the exact field assignment, but for the sake of scheduling referees, it will be important to at least know the city, because someone's not going to travel 45 minutes for one game and then drive 45 minutes back home. So you can either choose the dummy field if that's the situation you're in, but we obviously know our field's going to be Dari 11. Moving on, this category, obviously game is what it needs to be set to. It will be set to that by default. Don't need to change status, ID, arbiter ID, don't need to do anything with that. Now, when we get here, because we are not fully switched over to the season, it isn't by default selected as spring 2022. So I got to change that, but it should default to spring 2022 regular season once you guys are actually navigating the system. All right. Obviously, ignore this link to tournament bracket checkbox and the teams. So this top one is the home team, bottom is the opponent. It will only let you schedule games for which you are the coach of the team, a team that you are scheduling. So I am coach for W United Force Boys 12, I believe, for this example. So you'll see this can be a pretty daunting drop-down list, but you just need to keep an eye out for the titles of the specific league you're looking at. So it starts with OSPL, as you can see there, and it'll go boys all the way up in age group, and then it'll go girls all the way up in age group. And once we get through that, you hit Central Ohio Premier League, and it does the same exact thing there, right? Boys goes up, and then it goes to girls and goes up. So it goes OSPL, COPL, and then the last listing is the Ohio Champions League teams. As you can see here, we got to OCL. So my team is in the OCL, so I will scroll down. W United Force. There we are. So there's my team. And I now need to select my opponent. Now, obviously, 99% of the time, you're going to know exactly who your opponent is, but there is a TBD option if in a very outlier case, the team is, for whatever reason, not listed, you can put TBD. But they're almost 100% chance going to be listed. So I'm just going to select TBD just because I don't want to mess anything up as far as the schedule goes. But you'll select the team. You won't need to use this outside opponent, like I said, spare for very, very rare cases. Event note, you can put certain things like changes or little notes you need to know about the field or start time. You can put little things there, and everyone, including the referees, will be able to see those. However, if it's a very big change, obviously that's something you should reach out to us about. Obviously, you won't need to worry about the referees because that's something we'll handle. And you want to make sure these 3 boxes are left as is, because obviously you want to make sure that everyone involved is getting notification that, hey, this game's just been entered or a change has been made to the game. So we've got all of our fields correctly entered, left the ones we didn't need to alone, and we can submit, and the game is now on the schedule. And that is how you schedule games.